All right, I think we're good.
All right. Ooh,
I don't want the overlay. Okay, there we go.
let's do it.
Last check. Recording button is on, and we are good to go when this overlay goes. Fellas of this wonderful podcast, welcome. It is episode 9 of Ramblers Radio. We appreciate you guys joining. Remember, if you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the episodes, please be sure to leave a like on this episode and subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 10 episodes next week. We do have a special episode coming up. We got a longtime friend of ours joining, sacrificing his wonderful time on this cooked Sunday afternoon. We got a man by the name of a Spider-Man character that is dead in multiple movies, but it's okay. This is a different Uncle Ben. Uh, we got we got our guy Ben here. How's it going, man? How's it been?
It's going pretty good. Going pretty good.
Yeah, yep, yeah. We got it around the horn. Code, how we doing too? Doing all right.
Doing good, man. It's a chill little Sunday. We're here to record. Hyped. Good to
Yep,
see Ben again. We're here.
yep, yeah. In context, it's been a couple months since we talked to Ben because we just get our schedules just kind of get jumbled up all the time. But yep, we are glad to be back together on this podcast episode. So, first thing I want to ask you, Ben. I feel like every Star Wars fan has their story of how they became a Star Wars fan, like their first introduction to the franchise. Code and I have kind of Code and I have kind of briefly mentioned ours, but what is your story of how you first like came up to it?
Man. Um, okay, so it probably goes back to the very first Battlefront one. At the time I didn't have an Xbox. And I would go over to my brother-in-law's house and play like once a week. And I didn't get to play very much, but about an hour or so, something like that. But just
Yeah.
started really getting into it, and then eventually I got my own Xbox. I was able to,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started playing Battlefront 2, and that's when I met you guys.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just made me more interested into the Star Wars universe, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Very nice. Yeah, I have great things to say about both those games. Uh, yeah. Fun
yeah,
times those were. Fun times those kind of still are for Battlefront 2, just not as often. Um, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and code. I know we got some news. We got some big ones
Mhm.
this week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So we got a decent amount of big news, and quite a lot of news that went under the radar. So coming up first, this one I believe was announced yesterday. The Mando movie that has been announced got a release date. Keep in mind, this could very obviously change as this is years in advance. It's May 22nd, 2026. So that's the release date for now. That's kind of what I expected, to be honest. That's regular. That's what I expected for that. In other news, Bo Williamson has been announced as a co-writer for the Dawn of the Jedi movie. And he actually co-wrote Andor. So good news there. Um, On to some bigger news. Tales of the Empire has been announced. I know most people know this. Go watch the trailer if you haven't. It's really great. I'm not gonna go super in depth with it because we're gonna talk about it today. Um, but it's looking like it's gonna be a Morgan Elsbeth and Barris Offee story. Um, with some general housekeeping, we had a double Bad Batch episode last week. In our opinions, I think we can all agree it was pretty great. We
yep,
got Bad Batch in a couple days. And then two more pieces of news, which I think most people aren't really going to care about, but I'll put it out there. The Star Wars strategy game, the game director has come out and he said that they're trying to make it as accessible as possible to a mainstream audience and to not scare people away. So take that as you will. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. We'll see. And then lastly, um, this is news that like 10 people in the whole world will care about. But Galaxy of Heroes is coming to PC. It's already you've already been able to play it on PC with emulators, but it's on PC. So for all like 20 of you Galaxy of Heroes players, it's like there you go. It's on PC.
There you go. Yeah. Another point of news that's actually kind of big. Uh, a story trailer for Star Wars Outlaws is
Oh,
releasing
yeah.
Tuesday, April the 9th.
That's what I was
Uh,
forgetting. Yeah, that's going to
so
be exciting.
so whenever a story trailer comes out, that means that the game is pretty close to coming out within the next couple months. So that'll be
They're
cool.
saying fall right now. I think that's what they're shooting
Yeah.
for.
Yep. So that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and just dive into our talking points. The Bad Batch. This season 3 so far has been really freaking good. It's I Code and I have said this multiple times. It's shaping up to be the best season of the show, without a doubt. And the last two episodes have expanded to the point where we're looking at new stuff, and we spent episode 10 of what's inside the vault, which of course is pretty pretty dark morale episode, as everybody would say. And then episode 11 continued, like, big turning point as far as the Empire attacking Pabu and then Omega going captured. So the story's driving pretty forward,
Yeah.
and that's great because I think we only have 4 episodes left of the show, and it'll be pretty cool because we have no idea like how it's gonna go forward from here. So it's gonna be really cool. So I'll let any of you go. What were your thoughts about the recent 2 episodes?
Who wants to take it?
I
I said,
guess I can.
Go ahead.
yeah,
Guess I can
Go
start
ahead.
with it. Um, yeah, I really one of my favorite things was seeing Ventress come in. That
yep,
was that was pretty cool. Just seeing like she doesn't really have a side, you know. She's kind of apparently on her own side, but yeah, it was cool to see her come in and like test Omega and stuff.
yep.
But yeah.
Test her in the way that nobody else, like, not in a direct test, like a test that she doesn't know about, because, like, she grew up on Kamino. She doesn't know who Jedi are.
Hmm.
Like it's kind of just like that. Code, what'd you think about it? Recent for
Yeah, I mean, I've been loving Bad Batch so far. I think episode 11 is one of, if not the best episode so far. It's close to episode 3, close to episode 5, I'd say. Um, I think the recent two-parter we had was great. I mean, episode 10 was some great setup, some great development for some characters. Um, I love seeing Cad Bane. That was great. Seeing Bane again. It's kind of I think that's all we're gonna see, which is a little bit unfortunate. Same with Fennec and Ventress. I was hoping we would get a little bit of more um, involvement with the story, but that's fine. We'll see. But I'm really glad that with the show with 15 episodes that are like 20, 30 minutes, we're starting to set up for the finale already. I think episode 11 was really great. A lot of great development, a lot of great setup, and who knows where they're going to take it.
Yeah. One thing I really liked about the Cad Bane appearance is that Cad Bane is obviously, like, a fan favorite bounty hunter, right? But the way that he showed up in season 3, he showed up in a for a reason that we would heavily dislike him for, which
Yeah.
I think is justified because Cad Bane's a villain bounty hunter.
Well,
Uh,
Palpatine just loves hiring Cad Bane to kidnap kids. It just keeps happening over and over. I don't
yep,
know he's got something about it.
yep.
He's just
Clone
good
Wars
at it.
season 2, yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah. So that two-parter was really good. It kind of just goes along my other favorite, the other two-parter that we got uh,
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, where the the CX clone assassin attacked Rex's base on Teth. That was also those two were also my other two favorite episodes of the show for sure. And then Seeing that the suspense between Rex and Wolf, and I do think that Wolf will be back. I think it just makes perfect sense that he would, because they wouldn't leave that gap to where all of a sudden he he's a tentative clone who's in exile, and then he joins the rebels in the finale of Rebels. So I think it just
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. I don't think they would just leave that gap unfilled. Um, but
They have
yeah.
a great opportunity to set up the three main clones for into Rebels here.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. That leads the end part of the show with much suspense. We just have no idea. Like, we just don't really have any leads of what could happen. Uh, Another big thing: the Marauder blew up. Leave it to Dave Filoni to just blow up Star Wars ships out of freaking nowhere, man. First we had
Ships
the
that we
Razor
love.
Crest. We had the Razor Crest, and now we have the Marauder, man. It's so sad. It's so sad, man.
They were taken out in almost the same exact way. It was a sudden like bam, and it's gone.
Yeah,
Everything you've ever loved that's associated with that thing is gone. But I will
yeah,
say they need to put Wrecker on the line because he took Gonki. He had no hesitation. He grabbed him, tackled him. They were safe, so we're good.
yeah. And now they're trapped on the island where they have
Yeah,
to wait on
and
Fee to pick them up.
this time Crosshair lost Omega, so we'll see what happens with the drama in between. We'll see.
Another really good thing is that Omega left she left knowing that the Bachelor were definitely going to track them, but then they weren't able to track them. They weren't able to
Yeah,
track where they went. So
it's Crosshair sold again.
she's going to prison with that hope that where she doesn't really have reason to believe it, even though it's quite obvious that they're gonna eventually get there. But yeah, I think that's just a really good point. But yeah, Bad Batch been really good. Really excited for the finale of the show. I feel like it's going to be great. I feel like it's going to be sick. I hope
Yeah,
Dr. Hemlock dies in the most gruesome way possible, because that man
and
is
I
the most
hope
unlikable villain in Star Wars history.
Sid got murdered by that clone assassin, like brutally.
Yeah, that was actually a really good reference. The
That was.
Trandoshan interrogation. Yeah, but yeah, that's it for Bad Batch. Let's talk about Tales of the Empire. So we actually had Ben watch the trailer right before we started recording. Uh, Tales of the Empire, of course, like Code said, it's going to focus on Barriss, Offee, and Morgan Elsbeth. Um, something that Code might condemn me for. I actually watched Star Wars Theory's reaction to this, and even though we're not the biggest fan of Star Wars Theory on this podcast, he actually had some really good analysis. Like Barriss and Morgan Elsbeth aren't necessarily characters that we really like care about too much, but they are around environments that we do care about, like connecting to Dathomir. Something that he said was that they're trying to connect Dathomir for Ahsoka season 2, which I think is a really cool idea. And then connecting with the story of the Inquisitors. Uh, connect. We actually see Marok, the Inquisitor from Ahsoka. We actually see him in the trailer, as well as that one masked Inquisitor that Ahsoka two-pieced in A Tales of the Jedi, which I think is really hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, seeing him,
yeah. This
all in
this
one piece.
is yeah.
Yeah,
Ahsoka soloed that dude, man. This is looking to be pretty amazing. I always love. We don't get it very often, if at all, but I love getting expansion on the original trilogy type era. We don't get it very much. We get a lot of Clone Wars. We get some sequel, but now we're getting some originals, which I love me some original trilogy. So I'm really looking forward to the getting sort of a conclusion to Barris's story, as it was kind of just left in the open. I'm curious to
yep,
see where they go with that. They can go really any way with the. I assume it's going to be Inquisitor training, um, and I wonder if the stories will intertwine with Marok and Morgan Elsbeth in some way, that will set
Yep.
up for Ahsoka, as they are together in Ahsoka. There have been some people saying stuff about Grievous, but it's just a flashback, guys. Like, they didn't like resurrect Grievous. Like, it's just a flashback. Just put that out there. There's no way. As much as that would be cool. Yeah, I'm just overall, I don't know what's gonna be in store, but I'm here for it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, some other things. I'm really hyped to see Grievous again because we have not seen Grievous like fully since Clone Wars season 5. How many years was that? Like that was like what 2013. It's been a
Yeah, we got
while.
one shot. We got one shot of him in the Bad Batch premiere, and that was it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what'd
yeah.
you think, Ben?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I can't wait to watch it. So, and apparently all the episodes are gonna, well, yeah, I think it's gonna be like what, 6 episodes,
yep.
something like that. Yeah, all of them are dropping on May the 4th. So
Yeah,
we won't have to
I
wait for like 6 weeks to watch them all. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's awesome. I think they're probably. I assume they'll be shorts like Tales of the Jedi, just like 15-20 minute episodes. But I'm here for that. I like that style. I don't hate it. I'm
yeah,
hyped.
yeah. Some other characters we're gonna get to see Vader in Clone Wars animation again. That's gonna be really cool
Ron.
because I think he looked really good. Thrawn in Clone Wars animation, something we've never seen. And then Grand Inquisitor again with Jason Isaacs being the voice actor. Even though I do
Good.
think, even though I do think that the live action Grand Inquisitor did do a decent job, the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels I think is just the highlight of the character.
Yeah,
So
the Kenobi one is just the character design is just atrocious with the head, and
that
yeah,
round head, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Empire. I mean, releasing the same format of Tales of the Jedi, 6 short episodes in one day. That's gonna be really cool. Gonna be really cool to see.
yeah,
And then another thing, we do have the acolyte. Acolyte, I don't. Code and I kind of share the same sentiment. Acolyte hasn't really been a series that before, at least before the trailer came out, it hasn't been a series that we've been like super like looking forward to. The trailer has gotten me hyped a little bit because, of course, we've seen you know, uh, stuff in live action that we're used to seeing. We like seeing the Jedi Temple, seeing dark side Force users, seeing other Jedi of crazy species that somebody would like just pull out of their butt. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be really nice. It has confirmed that it will be releasing in prime time, so which is uh, it's going to be releasing at 9 o'clock Eastern and
yeah,
6 o'clock Pacific. So that'll be 8 o'clock for me.
which is
So
perfect.
yeah, I really wish they did that
Perfect.
for the Bad Batch, but the Bad Batch ain't mainstream
Yeah,
apparently. So
me and Smoke gotta wake up like hella early to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Acolyte, it's gonna be really cool. A question that I want to ask as far as that, are there any sort of like concepts or like branches that you think you'd like to see from the show because it's set like a century before the Phantom Menace. So are there any like sort of ideas that you'd think you'd like to see that you could probably like think of that you'd like to see the show like sort of expand on? But I'll
One
start with
second.
you.
I'll take it. All right. So for me, I'm really only interested in the Sith part. Jedi stuff, I get we're gonna get a lot of focus on it because if they can't show too much of the Sith or else it's gonna retcon the line in the Phantom Menace. Um, but honestly, I don't think I really want to see. It's possible we could see Plagueis. He would be pretty young here, but it's possible. We could definitely see Tenebris, which I would really like because I don't think he's canonized. So I'd like to see that. That would be really cool. Um, I just want to see some cool deception. I want to see the sort of start to the corruption within the Jedi Order, and I think there's actually a big opportunity here to show that. And that would be in the Jedi actually covering up the existence of the Sith, so that people didn't necessarily find out that they're not the only all powerful Force users around right now. And that
Yeah.
would also explain the line in Phantom Menace if maybe some of the people in the High Council went to great lengths in the show to sort of suppress any information getting out about these Sith. I think that could be some interesting something has to happen there, and I'm here for it. I just want to see some lightsabers.
Yeah, yeah, classic 10-year-old Star Wars fan right there. I want to see some,
Yeah.
well, Star Wars theory as well.
Who
He just
doesn't
wants to
like
see
Who
lightsabers.
doesn't like some lightsabers, man? Who doesn't love some
Yeah,
lightsabers?
they don't want to see bricks and screws. They want to see lightsabers, bro.
No, no
Yeah.
bricks and screws.
So Ben, what do you think about going? We're about like 2 months away from the show premiering. It'll be 1 month after the Bad Batch ends. So what are you thinking about? What are your anticipations for the show? How excited are you for it?
It looks pretty cool. I haven't looked too much into it.
Yeah.
Um, but I've watched the trailer and stuff, and yeah, I mean, I agree with Code. Like, it'd be really cool to like see some like Sith type stuff in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's so my sort of things, if I were to write the show, I would have wrote it about the starting of Camino and how
Yeah.
uh they sort of made the corrupt way of creating the clone army for the Jedi. I think that would have been that's actually a plot story that I really want to see like come to the big screen, is that because it's something that the prequels just didn't do a great job on, is they didn't like expand on their like backgrounds enough, I would say. Even though that problem did end up becoming fixed with like sort of like the Clone Wars and whatnot, I do think I do think they did a good job of that, and that it definitely makes the prequels look better in my eyes
Yeah.
after seeing those things. But I do agree with Code. We do need to focus on the Sith, because I don't think the Sith. We don't really have a Sith based story in Star Wars at all. It's mainly just about Jedi and rebels. It's all about that. Jedi rebels, clone troopers of the Bad Batch. Even though I do like those stories, I do think we also need to see like a new like subject or topic to go along with it. Uh, so yeah, seeing maybe seeing some Sith planets, like of course we're gonna see Coruscant. Maybe more banned from Clone Wars season 6, the Sith homeworld. I think, even though I do think that's a bit of a stretch, I do think that could be possible. Um, but yeah, I just want to see some new worlds that connect with them, as well as just new plot lines that don't like connect with the old. Yeah, yeah, that's sort of it for that. We covered our three big plot lines. We covered um, sort of we covered the Bad Batch, of course. We covered Tales of the Empire, and we talked about the Acolytes. Three big things that we're looking forward to, and that we think are going to be pretty decently good. So with that being said, Code, I think it's that time. Let's get into our shorts. Bam. All right.
All right.
Very
What are we doing
nice.
first? All right. What
Yeah.
do you want to rush?
All right. So the first draft we're gonna do, we're gonna draft five on each team. We're gonna draft Jedi slash Sith, or like Force wielding characters. So like you could be your favorites. It could be like, what do you think is the best? I'll have go. I'll have go. I'll have Code go first. I'll have Ben second, and then I'll go third. Yep.
All right. So first off, I'm not necessarily doing this by power. I'm doing this by probably popularity, how much of an icon they are, and how much I like them. So that third one comes into play here with my first pick. I'm taking Cal Kestis, man.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. All right, Ben, you're up, man.
oh man, yeah, probably Star Killer, man.
Star Killer. Okay.
Man, I mean,
Sure.
yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. With All right, so I get the next two picks. With my first one, give me Anakin,
Yeah.
and then with my second pick, give me Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, the goats, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna have to go along there. I have to take a power pick here. So give me Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep. All right. Nice. All right.
What
Who
are you
does Ben?
thinking, Ben?
Who does Ben take second?
Can it be like dark and light?
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
Jedi or Sith. Yeah.
Mm, probably. Well, hmm. Can I go Darth? Would that
Darth.
be? Would that
Darth
work?
who?
Darth Vader?
Yeah, you could do any Darth. Yeah, it's fine. Darth
Okay.
Vader.
Yeah.
I think we did jumble up a little bit. So Code, you actually get another pick because Ben was actually supposed to go before you, but that's fine.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, then I'll take. Give me Yoda.
All right. With my next one, go ahead and give me. If I want to pick a favorite pick, give me Dooku. I'll take Dooku.
Who's up
Yeah.
next? Is it Ben?
Yeah, Ben's up next.
Okay.
Hmm.
Pretty much all the
And
icons are like off the board now.
I'm gonna go with like the Grand
Good.
Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Code.
Um. I think this next one's a steal, especially in 4. Give me Ahsoka Tano.
Okay. Nice. With my fourth pick, got 2 picks to go. I will go ahead and take. I will take. I'm giving it a little bit of thought here. Give me Palpatine. Give me Darth Sidious.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Ben, you
Ben.
got your fourth.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's getting to the point where it's hard to
Good
think about
pick.
who the
I
who the next
know.
best
Yeah.
option is. Yeah.
All the good
I
ones are
know who I want.
gone. Hmm. I'm gonna go with Darth Maul. I really like him.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man,
I,
I was about to take that.
Yeah.
All
man.
right, so now I got to think about it a little bit. Um, can I have um yeah, this is tough, man. Um, give me Kanan.
Okay. Very nice. With my last pick, this is getting to the point where I don't know what to do. But that's okay. Actually, no, I do know what to do. My last pick, give me Mace Windu. All right, Ben, you got your last one.
Hmm. You took my last one, man. Um. Ah. Give me Qui-Gon.
Oh, that's a great
Pick.
one. That's a great
Yeah.
one.
That's a good pull. That's a good pull.
Yeah.
For my last pick, um, basically everybody's gone. I'll just say that. Um, who do we have on the board?
You could pick fifth
Give me
brother. You could pick Riva.
yeah, Reva, my favorite. Um, for my last pick, I will take Balin Skull.
Nice. I like that one. Yeah. So, to recap, my team, I have Anakin, Luke Skywalker, Dooku, Darth Sidious, and Mace Windu. Ben has Darth Vader, Starkiller, Grand Inquisitor, Maul, and Qui-Gon. And then Code has Cal Kestis, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Ahsoka. You have 6 characters apparently. Ahsoka, Kanan, and Balin Skull. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because we messed up the order. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think we messed up the order. I think you thought we did, and you went back to me, and then
Yeah.
and actually.
All right. Next up, I'm gonna have both of you do a blind ranking together. You're gonna blind rank live action shows. Yeah. Or actually, no, not live action shows, just shows in general. Yeah.
Wait, so are we gonna like take turns, or we're gonna like make a
No,
list together?
no, you guys are gonna work together on this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Man, all
Let's
right.
do this.
yeah,
Let's do this.
yeah. All right, let me make the list so that I don't just pull it out of my brain like as we go. Um, all right, I have my list. All right, I need you two to blind rank these Star Wars shows.
All right.
First one we got, of course, we're doing five. First up, we have Star Wars Rebels.
Ooh. What's your opinion on this one, man? I don't really know.
Mm. Man, I mean, it's good. It's good,
I love it. I think season
but
one is a little weak, but the other
it
three,
does start. It starts off very slow. I will say that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Grand Inquisitor is a banger, but I think season one is a bit slow. Um, I don't think it reaches the heights of well, it reaches the heights of Clone Wars, but I don't think consistently. I don't think it's quite as good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking like two or three here. What do
I
you
was thinking
think?
three. I was thinking a
Okay,
solid three. Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
we'll do three.
Next up, you have The Bad Batch.
Okay, it's kind of unfair because it's not
Mm.
over yet. But this show, I don't know if I consider this better than Rebels, to be honest. I don't know, but it's gotten more consistent over time. It has some real good peaks. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah. I mean, same. I don't know, man. I mean, it's had some really good stuff in it.
Yes.
Like
And I
some
think
really
just
good stuff in it.
I think the general like core group is really good. It definitely rivals the Ghost Crew in my opinion. Um, I think we get more development for each character actually than we do in a show like Rebels. But none of them quite get as much development as people like Ezra or Kanan. Um, uh, I think this is a two or a four. It's up to you. I'm leaning more towards two.
Yeah. No, I'm in the middle of two and four as well.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't think there's not many shows that are going to be better than both of these.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
unless he pulls on
Let's
a
go with the
Clone
two.
Wars, yeah, we'll
Go
do
with the
two.
two. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, you have The Mandalorian.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
this is a great show.
I already know where I want to
Um,
put it, but
okay. I love personally. I love seasons one and two. I think they're some of the greatest Star Wars. Season three is a bit weaker, but it's still watchable. It's not bad like Kenobi or Book of Boba Fett. It's still watchable. Um, and we got Bo Katan, so I'm down. What do you think about this show?
um, yeah. I mean, like you said, last season's really weak. Um, it was kind of annoying me how they kind of just kept stretching it. I guess
Yeah.
kind of like they didn't really do anything with it, you know. But yeah, the first two seasons are like my all-time favorite. I will
Oh
say
yeah.
that. So I would put it as the number one for me.
I think that's fair because I don't think there are going to be really any other shows besides Clone Wars that are going to go above our two and three. So
Yeah.
I think yeah, we'll do one.
I will say you guys are on a pretty good track. Next up is The Book of Boba Fett.
That's five.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's five.
Yeah, solid five. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then your last one, I think, is a pretty decent take. It might be more disagreeable, maybe. Your number four is Ahsoka. So,
I'm okay with that.
yep,
I'm okay
I'm
with
okay
number
with that
four
list.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yep,
I would have switched Bad Batch and Rebels personally, but I think that's a good list.
yep. Nice. All right. Next up, we're gonna play a game of wavelength. So how it's gonna be? Code's actually gonna think of the
Mm,
number, and Ben and I are gonna work
okay.
together on this. So if you don't know how this game works, Ben, is that Code picks a number 1 through 10 in like a rating scale, and we have to ask him four topics. So say say that he picks like number five, like sort of like mid, like below, like pretty much average. you would say like you would say Ezra
Give
Bridger
me a
because he's an
movie.
average man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, just asking about topics, and then he'll name a subject within the topic. So like say movie, he'll give you like Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I'm leading like 9 and 10. Yeah. So Code's gonna think of the number, and then we're gonna think about it.
All right, I got my number.
Okay. All right. So I'll ask the first topic. Can you give me a Star Wars Jedi?
I'm gonna give you Ethkoth.
Oh, that's so average. That's so average. That's like six, maybe five, maybe five. All right, Ben. You want to think of one and then ask it?
Hmm. So it could be like any question.
Yeah.
You have to ask him about a topic, like a movie, a video game, a show, something like
Character.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Man, this is hard.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know what to ask either.
Hmm. How about like your favorite or like Star Wars planet?
Oh,
Star Wars planet.
that's a nice one.
That's a good one. Um, I'm gonna give you Asian Class.
Agent Claus. Wow, terrible Battlefront 2 map. Um, and then the most forgettable planet in Star Wars in general. Um,
Yeah.
my next pick. Give me a Star Wars video game.
Um, I'm gonna give you a Star Wars video game. Um, you can have. There's a lot of video games. I'm trying to think of the right one, just the right amount to get that perfect number. I'm gonna give you Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Wow. If I was kind of expecting Battlefront Classic Collection. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Uh,
That's too low. That's too low.
yeah. Force Awakens. I haven't played it since it came out, which was like what 2016, I think. It's been
Yeah.
a long time. But I do think it was okay from what I remember. I don't like remember
Yeah.
it too well. Um, I'm thinking
That's
I'm
the thing. It's
thinking
forgettable.
I'm thinking five. We'll have Ben ask the last topic and then we'll decide on a number because we got one more
Yeah.
topic to ask.
I was thinking like 4 or 5 as well, but
Yeah.
um, give me a Star Wars movie.
Star Wars movie.
This is the make or break point right here.
I'm gonna give you. Oh, this is hard. There's not many Star Wars movies at this number. Um, I'm gonna give you the two movies I'm thinking of. One's kind of above, one's kind of below. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give you. Uh, I'll just give you Rise of Skywalker.
Oh
Ooh.
we. Oh
Oh,
man.
I will say it's a little low.
I think you're trying to
that,
make us go lower with that. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of four or maybe a
Yeah,
three. Uh,
yeah. No,
I,
I've been thinking 4. Yeah,
I think we're gonna lock in four. Can we get four?
yeah.
You can get four. That's perfect.
Yeah, we win.
Because
Nice.
W.
the two movies I was thinking of was Clone Wars movie or Rise of Skywalker, and Clone Wars movie is more like a five. So I knew you were gonna lock
Yeah,
in five if you did that.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
clutch, clutch. Good
Nice,
work.
nice.
Nice.
All right, we want to do another one with someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah. We'll do another one. I'll think of the number and then you guys can work together on it. Yeah. Okay. I have my number.
All right, you can go first, Ben.
Give me a Sith.
A
Ooh,
Sith. That's a good one. A Sith character, because there's not really much I can like go over. If we're talking about a dark side user, I will give you Savage Opress.
Okay. I think we're looking at like a 7 here. What do you think? It's like
Maybe like a 6, 7, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, 6, 6, 7 range. Um, can you give me um can you give me a live action episode?
Wow, okay, that's a lot to choose from. Man, a live action episode. You know what? I will give you the first ever episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh,
Mm,
I'm leaning more towards 8 now.
yeah.
Maybe 7 if he's pushing it down, but I'm leaning more towards 8.
Hmm.
Maybe even higher. I don't know what he's thinking. But
Yeah.
Savage Press is like low, so I don't know.
Maybe like a
Um,
7 or 8.
it might be an 8 because Savage is more of a 6, 7, and that episode's more of a 9, so eight's kind of a median.
Yeah.
Um, go ahead.
Hmm. Give me a droid.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, a droid. I have one in mind, but you don't know what it is. I was gonna say Whack the Pit Droid from the D Squad arc.
Yeah, I have no
um,
idea who that is.
I'll give you BB-8.
Okay, it's like 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe 8. Maybe he just really likes BB units. I don't know, but it's more of a 7 for me.
Hmm.
Man, so this is our last one here.
Make it good.
Yeah, we gotta get a good category. Um, hmm. Can I get a clone trooper?
Hmm. I will give you.
There's a lot of them.
I'm trying to think about this thoroughly. From what we see of him, I will give you Waxer from the 212th Battalion.
What are you thinking, Ben?
I'm thinking like a solid 7.
Yeah, I'm thinking 7, 8, but I think I don't know that the Mando premiere
Now
is
that
throwing
that
me
kind
off a
of threw me off
bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
The Waxer, he might like Waxer a lot. I don't know. I think it's 7. What do you think? You want to lock that in?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, we're doing 7.
You think it's 7? I know it's 7. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. I tried to throw in some difficulty, you know? Tried to throw you
yeah,
off.
for real.
For
And bro threw a wrench in it with a good episode.
yeah.
Hmm.
Next up, I'm gonna give you guys a trivia, and then we'll be done for the episode. Let me actually pause so I can look this up.
Plus, is it gonna be like?
You guys are just gonna work together on it. That's
All
the
right.
thing. All right. Can you guys name me the top 10 Star Wars characters according to Watch Mojo?
I swear we did this before.
Bruh.
Did we not do this? Okay.
No, no.
According to Watch Mojo, these lists are always terrible, Ben. I'll tell you
They
that.
are. That's why I don't watch her.
Yeah. So, but Anakin's gonna be on here.
Anakin slash Darth Vader is number one.
Um, what's some mainstream things we're thinking of?
You're thinking
We got
you're
we got
thinking
Obi
main
Wan on here.
you're thinking mainly films. Yeah, Obi-Wan is number 5.
Okay.
You're thinking of
What do you
mainly
think, Ben?
movies on this one, but not all.
Maybe like a Mace Windu.
Mace Windu is a fascinating guess, my dear sir, Uncle Ben. Unfortunately, he's not here though. He's actually
It's
number 20 on the list.
wow.
All right.
Not my favorite, but a lot of people love him. Um, man, we could do. Well, oh yeah, let's do Luke.
Yep, number 3.
Luke's number 3.
Yep. So you got 1, 3, and
Um,
5 so far.
we could do.
Yoda.
Yeah,
Yoda's number 4. Yep.
it's
Nice.
a little high. Can I? I mean, I love Yoda, but he's like 6 through 10 for me. Um,
You can
let's
like
do.
you can just think of like one of the most like iconic Star Wars characters of all time. You can think of that.
Yeah, can I? Can I get Han?
Number 2. So you got the top 5.
Okay.
Now you just have 6 through 10.
All right. That's where it gets a bit more difficult. Do we have? No, that's such a. They might have it on here actually, but I'm gonna wait. I don't want to waste a guess. Um, it's kind of shot in the dark, but she's pretty mainstream now. Can I get Ahsoka?
Number 7. Yep.
Nice.
Deserved.
You guessed the character from the shows. Can you just name me another mainstream character from the shows?
Oh yeah, Mando.
Yep. Number 8.
Okay.
Yep. And
Where
then
do
the
you want
rest
to
of
take this,
them,
Ben?
the rest of the
Okay.
characters are primarily from the films. They're not from shows.
I'm thinking original trilogy. I'm thinking. Um, I don't think there's gonna be sequel characters on here.
Are you thinking like 4 to 6?
You're missing 6, 9, and 10.
I was mean like movies, like
Oh
four through
yeah.
six.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Let's do Leia.
Number 6. Very nice.
We
You're
don't have many
missing,
more.
yeah, you're missing 9 or 10. Number 10 is like the most like arguably like a top 5 most iconic Star Wars character ever. Like non Star Wars fans like know this character. Like they know their name.
So it's one of two people. First of all, give me Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's not here. That's strike 2. Boba Fett's actually number 13.
Then it's gonna be Chewbacca then.
Number 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Then number 9 is a villain. I'll say that.
It's a villain. We got one strike. What are we thinking? Let's brainstorm.
I think it's a pretty obvious one. I don't think it requires much thought.
I'm thinking
I
like
mean,
I don't know. Like, what do you think about like Maul or
it's either Maul, Dooku, or Palpatine.
yeah?
Um, Maul has gone semi-mainstream with a lot of the Clone Wars stuff. A lot of people love that. I know I do. Duke is a little lesser known. Palpatine's like the main villain. I don't know. It could be any three of them, honestly.
Yeah, it really could. Or we could just be completely wrong. It'd be somebody else.
You know what? Maul caused a real rage when in 1999. It might be Maul.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
All right, let's do it. Let's start with Maul.
Maul is number 15. It's not a bad guess. We're looking for Palpatine.
Ah,
Okay.
Yep.
unlucky.
Very nice. Yep. All right. Very
Hey, we
nice.
got close though.
Yeah.
You got close. It's all good.
And all right, guys. With that being said, thank you guys for joining us for Ramblers Radio episode number 9. Ben, once again, we want to thank you for giving us your
Yeah.
time to appear on this episode, first guest episode of the show. So maybe maybe we might be able to get some more in the future, but we will see about that. With that being said, one more time, a quick shill. If you guys did enjoy the episode, please be sure to give us a like and subscribe if you would like to see more. With that being said, we will see you all later. See you.
See you later.